welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I've been busy, as I know those of you who follow me would know that I had a Kickstarter and a bunch of other crap going on. But I managed to fill a sketchbook, so we are going to do a sketchbook tour today. So let's just get with it. So this is my Moleskine sketchbook. It was the first Moleskine I had actually ever bought, and I started it in I think 2017. There it is. So yeah, it took me like 3 years to finish this sketchbook. Jesus, that seems like a long time, doesn't it? But to be honest, I was expecting a lot more out of this Moleskine sketchbook, so I didn't really enjoy using it that much, but I started to come around to it later on. Anyway, I'll stop yapping so much and just start flipping pages, because that's what you're here for. So these were my first pieces for the sketchbook. And pencil sketch. Tried watercolor for the first time in here. This sketchbook does not do watercolor well. Do not use it for watercolor unless you want to cry. More testing out some flowers and that. It does Copics well. I did like it for Copics. The only problem is the back of the page will have bleed through, so that's why I pasted in this little watercolor on Bristol. More Copics. And if you want to see, you can see the Copic Bleed through here. And then I pasted these in on that backside page because I just wanted to use the page. This is ink and Copic. This is actually probably one of my most favorite things I did in this sketchbook. In 2017, apparently. You can see the bleed through here. A crappy Ecoline watercolor. Oh, and then here's this cat. I forgot about this cat. I need to do something with it. Oh, and then here's all the fart bears and butt bears and stuff. I still need to do something with this. At some point, we jump ahead in time. Let's see, I got gouache here. That means it happened around Christmas. A terrible gouache painting. Ink and watercolor. I started forcing it to use watercolor a little bit more, and I tried to keep it to single wash only, because you cannot do more than one wash in the regular Moleskine sketchbook. This was a test for a piece that I had done. Colored pencil. Oh, and then this is probably around Inktober time. I had gotten a hold of a couple different types of brush pens and I messed around with it. I think that the Moleskine takes the ink really well. I like it for ink. All my funky cats. I still like this page a lot. Some girls. More girls, including a kitty girl. This was actually when I felt like I had actually started getting a hold of getting the hang of the brush pens, like that Pentel pocket brush. Oh, I did these in the Pentel pocket brush too. These were actually pretty popular on Instagram. And you can see the Copic Bleed. More brush pen, Copic stuff, Copic Bleed. Oh, and then I got a ballpoint pen, and I really like that too. And I just sort of filled up the whole page with crap. Oh, this was also when I got my first decent colored pencil set. Oh, I still like this Shiba. Oh, here's another Inktober. Okay, so this is 2018 now. We're starting on 2018, Inktober. This was for my Inktober Queens that I did with a friend, and a bunch of other people joined in. Oh, and then here's some Blythe dolls. Yeah. Oh, that goofy fish. Oh, and then I had a thing for doing Cool Erase red and blue pencil together. That was my jam for a while, so there's probably a lot more of those in here. More noodling around. Noodling around. These actually turned into Jiggly Stardust, the little David Bowie Jigglypuff print that I made, that I still sell for con if you're interested. Do you like David Bowie? Do you like Jigglypuff? Well, have I got the thing for you? Anyway, let's move on. Oh, here's my Oddish and Goom. Oh, here we are. More of those colored pencil sketches I warned you guys about, because I was just obsessed with doing red and blue sketches for a little while. These were some doodles for stickers. Yeah. There's another one of those. Oh, and then this, I put a little paper over it because I didn't want it to, any of it to come up, but this was when I got my first set of Posca pens. I got them for Christmas, so this is still 2018 here. One of the thing about the Posca pens is sometimes they will chip up and get stuck on the second page, like even after they're dry, so I didn't want to ruin this drawing because I liked it, so I'm protecting it. More pens and Copics. There. Yeah, this is how I feel about the Copic Bleed. More Posca down here. I think I posted this one to Instagram. It's fun to play around with Posca. More Posca, Copic Bleed, more sketching. Doo-doo-doo. I told you guys I was obsessed with that. Ho-ho. Oh, look. Here, this one I actually turned into a full-size illustration that you can see on my website. This is how it started out, just like a little sketch in my sketchbook. Some figure studies, trying to draw a mermaid for mermaid, but I hated it. Then I did this really fantastic drawing of this girl on the other side, and then I felt like garbage because I was like, dang it, I did it on the back of this page, which had Copic Bleed. Because my drawing was really off that day, and then I managed to have luck and do something really nice. And yeah. And then here's another terrible drawing. And then there's just me getting super mad because I'm having a terrible drawing day. That kind of thing. Oh, and then these were I think these were from TCAF. When I was tabling at TCAF, and then I visited my family after I did these. I just packed a few colored pencils and kind of went to town with them. Oh, here's a few more. I started playing around with different things. I think a lot of these things I didn't share. Oh, this definitely, I remember this. I did this when I was super bored at Indie Pop because it was so dang slow on a couple of days. And then I promptly didn't do anything with any of that. Oh, I remember these. These are me noodling around with a potential new comic character. And again, I forced this sketchbook to take watercolor. Again, only single wash. Don't use more than one wash, you will cry. Seriously. But I enjoyed those. Oh, and then my my cat sticker design, I really like that. Then a bunch of people kissing. Oh, and then this was when my dog died. So I pasted her hair under here, so I'm not going to share it, otherwise I'll cry. These are some Witchfest sketches. Actually, Witchfest happened before my dog died. I guess I just went back and noodled some things on there for her memory. Okay, we're gonna try to not dwell on the dog passing. This is after Witchfest. While I was away, I went to the Dick Blick in Pittsburgh, and I got this pastel pink and then this pastel mint color. And I just wanted to try them out, so I did this little sketch here. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised with the acrylic gouache because the surface took ink. And I was kind of not expecting that because I kind of expected it to act more like acrylic. But anyway. Oh, here's this cat. This cat was actually fairly recent. I still need to do something with this cat. More sketching. Ballpoint pen here. Again, more of the blue and... What? Yeah, blue and red, and then there's nothing else left here. So, I mean, I guess that's it for this sketchbook tour. So my final thoughts, I guess, on this sketchbook is when I first started with it, because there was so much hype for Moleskine sketchbooks, I was like expecting probably a lot more out of this. And as I started working with it more, I started to, I guess, accept it more. I like the size of the sketchbook. It travels really well. Where's that pocket? It has this little pocket in the back so you can put extra doohickeys in there, and I guess I have some. Like, I usually keep notes and things in there. And the bookmark thing is nice. I definitely appreciate that, and then the little thing that holds it all together. I probably would buy this type of Moleskine again, but I did get the watercolor version. Hang on a second and I'll get it out. So here's like the Moleskine Art Collection watercolor notebook. It's very different from the regular Moleskine notebook, the sketchbook. The paper, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a lot thicker, and it has a lot of tooth on it. Can you see that? And then compared to this paper here in the beginning, it's thinner, no tooth, very smooth. So I'm looking forward to trying out this one eventually, and I've also been working with this Holbein multimedia drawing book, and I'm really enjoying the Holbein book too, but I'll do reviews and stuff on these later. So I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I don't have a webcomic anymore because I finished it, but you guys can check out my store and buy my stuff and buy my comics. You can buy my comics on Gumroad. You can also become a patron on Patreon and get access to any new comics I make. And I also sell my hard copy comics in my Etsy store. Anyway, thank you for watching. Catch y'all later. Bye-bye.